Hello, welcome back and welcome in. My name is Nikki Wheeler. If you're interested in gaming, go subscribe to my other channel and follow my Twitch to see my gaming live. Now, let's start this video. Today, I'll be discussing Dorothy Martin, a singer and songwriter known for the synonymous rock band Dorothy. The band had started in 2014, releasing an EP titled Dorothy, where they were compared to the iconic Black Sabbath and the White Stripes. On June 10, 2014, the video for After Midnight premiered on Vice Music Network Noisy, dubbed as the perfect modern rock concoction. This EP only had about 5 songs running about 14 minutes. 3 of the songs went onto their debut album Rock is Dead. It was released in June of 2016, just 2 years after the EP. This album is vigorous and has powerful lyrics with simple guitar riffs. It is a classic with natural rock elements and amazing vocals. My top song on this record has got to be Raise Hell, as Dorothy says it's a battle cry to the masses to break the reign society imposes on us. We all have unique passions, and it's an ode to nonconformity. Using repetition in each of the verses makes it seem like a more cohesive story as you move into the chorus, where the rhythm and rhymes drop a higher vocal range and add emphasis on raising hell. Another top song is Woman. It is along the lines of sultry and seductive, but insanely powerful with a bit of rasp. This track and album as a whole can be seen as a nod to Led Zeppelin and what power they had in the industry and how they made waves and how Dorothy wants to recreate that in her own way. Dorothy herself and the band behind her can be seen as triumphant and confident, which is rock and roll's finest characteristics. Next, I wanted to talk about Wicked Ones. I personally love the higher notes right before the chorus and how it is positively sinful, with allusions to holy men and tongue-in-cheek references to play around with throughout. And it is also held by a fast but yet steady and pounding beat. This album peaked at 29 on the US Billboard 200 and 1 on the US Heat Seekers album. The next album is 28 Days in the Valley, released in March of 2018. This record consisted of 13 songs, one of which was a pre-release single titled Flawless. This song was a blues rock song with a slow tempo that is quite consistent. The chorus is simple and states, "Oh, slipping into some kind of feeling, got me believing, oh, coming out of the darkness, now that I'm flawless." After being known for the tough girl who sang on Rock is Dead, the band's producer, Linda Perry, sat down with Dorothy and wrote about shambles of a past relationship. It was a huge step for the artist to open up and show vulnerability through her work, and it was definitely an uplifting anthem of love. It has a lighter and brighter feel with less metal influence and more Rolling Stones influence. Another track titled On My Knees was on this album. It was a rock pop and blues rock song talking about a desperation for a relationship to work that you would do anything for their attention. With folk and psychedelic influences abounded, providing a backdrop for a more introspective Martin, who battled her inner demons, including alcohol and her fight to get sober, which she did eventually win. That moves us into the third album, Gifts from the Holy Ghost. The story Dorothy tells is her life changed forever when she was forced to face death on her tour 4 years ago. After her guitar technician had taken an overdose, she instinctively began praying for his survival. He miraculously survived, and this is what started a revitalized version of Dorothy and her inspiration for this album. It's another rock record, specifically hard rock and blues rock. The band first released the single Rest in Peace. I think it's about burying demons and emanating as a better person. One of my personal favorite lyrics from this song was, "You can't hang your chains on me when you're 6 feet deep. This heart ain't yours to bleed, now that yours no longer beats." Personally, this lyric, I imagine, is speaking directly to someone, although can be seen as a rhetorical. I just imagine telling someone controlling this, as it seems so powerful, but a little crass. The album mixes the urgency and earnest classic rock of Dorothy's previous work and is a triumphant battle cry and a return to form. The second single was Black Sheep, an homage to her fans and a rallying cry for unity. "We are blood and we are family." Dorothy breaks curses, going toe-to-toe with blistering guitar riffs. It is famously noted that the singer recruited outside forces during the recording process, including Breaking Benjamin's Keith Wallen, former Five Finger Death Punch guitarist Jason Hook, and more. Dorothy stated, I think this album is going to speak to a lot of people. It's meant to be healing, unifying, eye-opening, ear-opening, heart-opening, and celebratory. Overall, this album was received mixed, but leaning more positively. Most sources credited Dorothy to her vocals, but found a disconnect with the lyrics to music, saying the album's lyrics and hard rock attitude to be somewhat limited. I personally don't 100% agree with this. In some songs, like Close to Me Always, I do see where they think there is a disconnect, but I want to say it was a stylistic choice on Dorothy's end. It was closer to a rock ballad than an actual quote unquote full rock track. I do believe this album cements Dorothy's status as one of the most accomplished among a recent spate of retro rock bands, though. Now we can move on to the ranking of the albums. This part was actually quite difficult for me this go around because I had only found out about Dorothy just over a year ago, so I was introduced to the band with their third album. Personally, I think it is very hard to let go of that first song or album that you listen to when you first find a new artist or band. But I want to be and try to be as unbiased as possible, though this is all opinion, so it can vary. At number 1, I put Rock is Dead. At number 2 is Gifts from the Holy Ghost, and number 3 is 28 Days in the Valley. My favorite tracks off of each were Woman on Rock is Dead, Flawless on 28 Days, and Hurricane off of Gifts from the Holy Ghost. Dorothy's vocals have a throaty, raspy growl that rips through your soul as she redefines modern rock. She does not shy away from its rock and roll image, embracing comparisons to classic rock icons and putting on a live show to rival them as she uses her sobriety to challenge classic verbiage of past rock and roll stars. And with that, I'm going to end the video there. I highly applaud and suggest Dorothy for their music and the people behind it who make it happen. If you did enjoy this video, give it a like and subscribe for more content like this. And until next time, bye guys.